Hey everybody, this is the first part of the little series that we're gonna make on logging food and how you weigh food and how you count all your macros, and maybe if you don't even know what macros are, you're gonna learn a little bit about what macros are. So I feel like there's a lot of people in our groups that are logging their food. They're telling me they're weighing everything, they're measuring everything, and either they're not lining up with the sample menu macros that I have listed, and they're like, why aren't they matching up? Or they're not losing any weight and they're saying, why? I'm doing all of this work, I'm logging my food every day, and you're taking all this time to do all of the hard work, but then you're not seeing any results. So could be one of two things. One, either you're not in a big enough calorie deficit and you need to eat less, which 9 times out of 10, that has a lot to do with it. But secondly, you could just be logging incorrectly. So you could be accidentally overeating even if you don't think you are. So I'm going to show you, a little couple things on how to log. We're going to have a video on how to log a bulk recipe in MyFitnessPal. That's especially handy when you have a family. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what macros are in case you don't know. So macros, which is macronutrients, that is what makes calories, which is a protein, fats, and carbs. There's also micronutrients, which breaks down a little bit more, which is like the vitamins, the fiber, and all of those. So we like to just, start with the macros. The proteins, fats, and carbs. You need all of those things in your diet. It doesn't matter where you're getting your carbs from. It doesn't matter where you're getting your fats from, as long as you're getting those all equally. So all calories are not created equal. So if you're just counting calories and you say, I'm only eating 1,200 calories a day and I'm not losing weight, maybe your 1,200 calories that you're eating every day is all fat, or maybe it's all carbs. Maybe you're not getting hardly any protein. So when you start weighing things and logging things, it's a real big eye-opener to what different foods are made of and actual serving sizes that we're supposed to eat. I always say, if you really want to humble yourself, measure out an actual tablespoon of peanut butter, because you'll be really shocked at how little actually a tablespoon of peanut butter is. We definitely overeat stuff like that very easily. Condiments are one of the biggest things that people overeat on accident. So you're putting in all the hard work and you're not seeing results. And I like to say it's like doing a math homework. You have a whole sheet from your teacher, and you take 2 hours and you are doing all the math and you put all the time in and all the work in, and you go turn it in and they say, you did this all wrong. You did the wrong method, redo it. You did all of that and it was a waste. It was for nothing because everything was wrong. So it's kind of the same thing. If you're not doing your math right with your logging, you could kind of be doing a lot of wasted effort. I mean, you might as well have not done that math assignment. You might as well have just not done it if you got a 0 already. So you might as well not be logging and not be weighing and just estimating and maintaining. So protein, it helps build and maintain muscles. It also helps you stay full. Fats are essential to live. You need fats in your diet. I find way too many women eating way too little of fats, and honestly, it can really affect your hormone levels. I think they say 35 grams a day is the minimum that an average woman would want to eat. Obviously, there's exceptions to everything. But it protects vital organs, it stores energy, it helps insulate you, it helps with brain function, like I said, your hormone levels. I know a lot of women that when they're cutting for prep for shows, those fitness shows, and they always say, it's I feel like I'm losing my mind. Well, they're probably not getting enough fats in their diet. They're dwindling everything away. Carbs, they give you energy. They are fuel for your body. It's what our body, our muscles, everything uses for energy. So counting macros helps ensure that you're getting enough of everything and not too much of something. Men typically overeat fat. Women typically overeat carbs. It's kind of just our natural thing that we crave. I think women tend to crave sweets and breads and pastries and all sorts of things like that more than men, where men will, put down a double bacon cheeseburger with no regard, and it's 80 grams of fat, and that's what they should have all day in just one meal. So where a woman not all women, because I can throw down a double bacon cheeseburger myself, but a lot of women, you know, they would never even think about eating that. They would know that's terrible, but they wouldn't think twice about getting, you know, a chocolate warmed croissant with their Starbucks in the morning. So that's kind of like the little bit of a difference. A fiber goal is also a really good thing to look at if you're like a little bit more, if you tend to not eat a lot of whole foods. Giving yourself a fiber goal between like 20 and 30 grams a day is a really good goal, because it's going to ensure that you're eating foods full of fiber, whole foods, whole grains, vegetables, fruits, things like that. So that's also another thing to look at. So I encourage everybody to download their MyFitnessPal and pay attention on the sample menus when the macros are listed on the bottom. A lot of times when I'm doing my logging, I don't like to go in MyFitnessPal all the time. I'll do it for a couple things, and I do a lot of it by hand. And it just helps it be easier. I can just swap things out. If I have kind of like my base, let's say I'm doing the same lunch, dinner, and snacks every day, but I want to change up my breakfast, I kind of just have that all written down and then kind of just know what I have left for the day. So stay tuned for part 2. Part 2 is going to be how to weigh things and how you should be weighing things, and the difference between weighing cooked and uncooked.